Hi guys, my name is John from Amen Acres Homestead, and in this video I'm going to build a cabinet in my bathroom. I'm going to take and build it where it can actually be moved out eventually, because I plan on doing more of a remodel in that bathroom, but I wanted to get some space in there to put stuff right now. And it'll take a couple days, so there'll be several stages. So project bathroom cabinet, let's get it made. So what I'm going to do is build a cabinet back in this corner back here. So the first thing I do is get this shelf out of the way and get to where I can get in there and measure and figure out how to do stuff. Alright, let's get this shelf out of here and see what we've got. So what I've got here is, I got a pallet given to me, some pretty cool looking rustic style wood. And what I'm going to do is make a 2x4 frame, but I'm going to have to cut a little bit of these off. I'm trying to figure out if I've got enough. What I'll do on the outside of that frame is put these together somewhat like this, and make a back and a front. Oh, I really like that. Oops. So the back side I'm thinking about is trying to make it even like this, and then I'll put them in just below here and make a shelf across here for the top, and then have a drawer and door, or just a door with a drawer on the inside that comes out. I think I'll have enough boards, because I've got 3 other boards still out there. Run that. I think that'll work. So I'm kind of trying to make it fit the size, so I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want it to be, and I think that'll work. It'll be all rustic looking. I can either burn and seal this, or just seal it. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I'll have to do some sanding on it here and there. So, first stage, I believe I got enough. I got a good idea. Now it's just a process of actually getting it, starting to build it. All right, I've kind of roughly sketched what I'm going to do for the inside, and then I'm going to put my boards on the outside. So, my uprights, I'm going to make them like 31 inches long. Overall, I need 16.5 inches by 18.5 inches. So to get the length of both of these, we take the 2x4s and minus those. You always want to double check your 2x4s to make sure that they're the right width. Your 2x4 should be 3.5 inches wide, since I've got 2 of those, and I've got this one drawn the wrong way, so I want them to be like that. So on this side I got 1.5 inch and 1.5 inch, that I have to take off. So I need to minus 3 inches on that one. Then on these two, I got 3.5 and 3.5, which makes 7 inches. So I minus those. So my two short side ones need to be 13.5 inches long, and the long ones are going to have to be 11.5 inches long. So I'm going to use, I'll take over here and show you. I'm going to use my chop saw, just measure them out, draw me a reference square line across it, and I'm going to cut all my pieces. And once I get them cut, I'll bring them back and we'll put them together. So what I'm going to use to connect these, I'm going to use my Craig, put pocket holes in it. So first thing I've got to do is set my height. And my Craig jig has a height measure on the side here. And since I'm doing 2x4s, I want the 1.5. There we go. So what I'm going to do is build these sides. Just kind of like this. Run my pocket hole screws to get this all nice and square, and then I'll come back and put these like this and then connect both of them together. So I'm going to get busy drilling holes, and once I get the holes done, I'll bring it back when I put this all together. Alright, I'm going to start assembling my side. Now I've put my bit in my drill, and I actually have a slide that goes to drill, screws, or hammer drill. And I want to go, I think I'm going to go 50% to start off with. So what I want to do, I'm going to use my big square here. And connect and try to keep this as square as possible to be. Now my Craig come with this clamp. They got several different sizes, and I'm going to clamp it down so it doesn't move on me. Double check and make sure to keep everything as square as I possibly can. And the screws I'm using, since this is 2x4, I use a 2.5 inch. This is for inside, made for soft. It's a coarse thread. They're silver. They make ones for outside that are blue coat so that they don't rust. And then you just screw it together. Hear that kind of ratchet noise, that's allowing that thing to slip so it doesn't strip out your thread. I think I'm going to adjust a hair to 60%. So there's my first piece. And as you can see, that type of joint is good and strong. I'm kind of building this more as a standalone instead of actually making it part of the trailer. Same way, only now I'm going to take my square, flip it over this side, using the clamp. It also allows to keep this square and keeps it from moving this way. Around, get the other end. Well, there's my first side done. Alright, so now I have my two sides. Now comes the fun part. I still use my square, but I'll have to stand them both up like this and come in and set my other pieces. Now this way is going to be a little more tricky, because I can't clamp this. I don't have a way to clamp that. So I'm going to move it a little closer to the center here instead on the outer edge. Scoot you guys over. I can clamp this board down. Now you notice I slid this forward. The reason I did that is I want to get that screw started. Because as I hold this, I'll try to hold it up here. Get it square as I can, which is right there. There we go. Just got to move it out a little further. Two screws in here. Get the other side. And the last side. Flip this over. there we go, guys. That's the outside or the inside shell. Now for the moment of truth. Let's take it in and see how it looks in there. I'm going to finish up filling the outside, and later, probably tomorrow, make the door for it. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if this thing will fit in there, if I did my measurements right or not. Oh yeah. So let me grab some boards. So that kind of gives you a general idea. Like I said, I'm going to come in and I'll make these boards just where it goes underneath here. It's fully across. And then I've got some more boards and I'll make my top go across like that. Probably use the smoother sides to go across there. And then I can come back in the front, lay me some trim boards in there, and then make me a door that goes over that. And I'm thinking about making where it opens up. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, it should open up about like that. So it's coming together. Now the next step is I got to cut all these boards, get them down to size. I'll probably end up ripping one to make this a full solid across here, and then trim out the front and make a door for it. My next step is I want to mount these boards on here. I'm going to put a little glue and I'm going to brad nail them on. I'm going to put it where it's just off the floor a little bit because I want it to sit on the two-by-fours. There's not going to be really a lot of weight in this thing, and it can't move around a whole lot, but I just want to give it every little bit of help I can. So I'm going to get to busy. I'm going to put a little bit of glue and then start brad nailing these on, and I'll leave the running, but I'm going to turn the volume down because once I turn my air compressor on out here, it's loud as can be. End up having to rip a piece to fit in here. I'm going to come back and sand this down once I get my top boards on and everything. I left this side open and this side open. This side actually sits against the countertop, and then I'm going to trim this out and put a door on this. So it's looking good so far, but according to the weather, it looks like it's going to start raining, so I'm going to get my tools up before it does start raining, and we'll try to finish this another day. So what my plan is I'm going to run my 1x6s this way. So far everything that I put on here I've gotten off of pallets. So far everything right here is off of one pallet, and this is off a different pallet that I got. So let me get to cutting these, and what I'm going to do is glue these and brad nail them down, and come back and cut my little piece here. Then the only thing that's left will be my face. These two sides will sit against the back wall. This sits against my counter, so I don't need nothing here. And then I got to make me a face and make a door. Let me get these cut up, and I can show you as I put these on what it looks like. Alright, I got the dreaded sanding done. If you notice real close, I'm not trying to get it like just smooth like you would if it was a piece of fine furniture, because I want the rustic look. Because when I come back and use the torch to burn it, that stuff will just add character. Hopefully I can get this done with the wind today. It's pretty windy. As you can see, as you do the torch, it just brings out the character in the wood. got it all burnt and I've wiped it down. I'm gonna come back with its Minwax fast drying polyurethane. It's actually a warm satin, so it's not a real shiny, but this will seal all of that and make it look real nice. I got my hinges and my handle installed on the door. Everything is been polyurethane. Now it's time to put the door in. Alright, it's in there. I am going to anchor it to the wall. That way it doesn't tip. And then I'm going to try to get it, take the camera off the tripod and give you some better pictures. Well, there we go, guys. It's in, anchored to the wall. Open the door. I'm kind of glad I didn't put a drawer because it could be a little bit tight in there. I'm still going to cut my board so that that will stop there. And then I've got some hooks. I'm going to put a few hooks along here. May even try to buy some more decorative hooks, and so I can hang a few of my things. What do you think, guys? Did it turn out good? I think it did. Thank you for hanging through this long video and sticking with me. I hope you learned a few things. Put the practice of do what you can where you are. If I'd had to go and buy that lumber, it probably would have cost me $30–40 altogether for everything, whereas with me using pallet material, that was all free. It's my time, the nails, the glue, the hardware for the door. That's really all I had to buy. So you can do things on a budget. Here I am, 56 years old, and the way the things are going in this world right now, everything's kind of high. Do it the cheapest you can. So guys, I thank you. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button and that share button. It helps my channel grow, and that way it helps me out too in the end. Don't cost anything to subscribe, but it sure helps me in the end. I thank you guys. Catch you on the next video. Bye.